Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I haven't made a video on the Solomon Islands in some time. Not because I don't think of them, I do think of them, because I know it angers some idiots. And the idiots are the politicians in Washington DC, I think the ones in Canberra, and the ones I think in Wellington, if you know what I mean. And what's going on? Well, the Solomon Islands are a few islands northeast of Australia, about 2,000 miles northeast of Australia. So that's 1,000, 1.2, I don't know, thousand miles from the mainland of Australia. So it's not like they're neighbors or something. I mean, 2,000 kilometers, 1,000 miles is not, like you can just cast a rock and it's going to land there. Now the problem is United States. United States had an embassy on the Solomon Islands up till 1993. In 1993, the United States said, well, Solomon Islands, guys, do you have oil? No. Do you have gas? No. Do you have diamonds? No. Do you have gold? No. All right, guys, let's pack our shit. Let's go. Nothing to plunder here. Basically, okay? They give other weasel justifications, but they said, it's all right. Nothing. It's just over there by the Pacific Ocean and close clink to Australia. Who cares? Well, what changed? What changed is the Chinese government found Solomon Islands interesting without oil, without gold, without diamonds, without women, without all kind of things. You know what I mean? So they signed some agreements between the countries where, the Solomon Islands said, we want to cooperate with the Chinese government in services like security, police, and all that. Well. All of a sudden we found out that the Australian government actually loves the Solomon Islanders so much they cannot lose the friendship. Now we found out that their neighbors across the Pacific Ocean, I don't know, 8,000 miles away or something, the Americans I'm talking about, they also felt left out and said, no, we didn't divorce in 1993, just, I went to work overseas. I'm coming back, honey. I feel you. Now, even New Zealand, that woman over there in New Zealand said, our security is threatened by the Chinese presence. So all these good fellows, all of a sudden, at one point, felt threatened by China's presence in the Solomon Islands. And guess what's happening right now? The United States brings back its embassy to the Solomon Islands. Now you would say, well, they couldn't come just land over there and, click, build an embassy over there, right? If the Solomon Islands government would not allow that, that would not occur. So, but Solomon Islands, United States. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's see what's going on here. The Americans are over there to counter the Chinese invasion. You can't make shit up. And because the Chinese destroy the balance and friendship of the Indo-Pacific community and all kind of weasel talk. So this article comes from Associated Press. It is from January 4th, 2023. No, it's 2023, I promise. U.S. moves to reopen Solomon Islands embassy to counter China. Did you look on the map? Come over here, baby doll. A little bit of geography. Australia. Solomon Islands right here. All right. This is Zealand. Where's China? The China is right here, right? So Solomon Islands right here. Australia, Jesus Christ. China over here. Now, where is the United States of America? cuckoo, bow. It's right here. It's right here. All right, so where is Solomon Islands again? Oh my God. Right here. All right, okay, we got that. We got that. All right, now let's see what's going on here to counter China. Germany should come over there as well, counter China. Thank you for your participation. Anyway, so let's go and see what's going on here. The State Department has informed Congress that it will establish soon an interim embassy in the Solomon's capital of Honiara, on the site of the former U.S. consular property. It said the modest embassy will at first be staffed by 2 American diplomats and 5 local employees at a cost of $1.8 million per year. A more permanent facility with larger staffing is eventually envisioned. You're in big trouble, Solomon Islands. Why do you think the Americans are over there to be friendly? Watch your back. They're gonna pull a Brutus little assassination in the Senate house chamber of Julius. Remember? You remember what was Brutus, Julius Caesar's friend, aiming at? The groins. And what did Julius Caesar said? You too, Brutus? Oh, yeah. Basically, that's how it was. All the senators jumped and stabbed Julius. Anyway, so I don't think it's very good news for the Solomon Islands. But anyway, the U.S. closed its embassy in the capital in 1993 as part of post-Cold War global reduction in diplomatic posts and priorities. And he says, and I'm quoting here, "We are seeing this bond weaken as the People's Republic of China aggressively seeks to engage Solomon Islands political and business elites, utilizing a familiar pattern of extravagant promises, prospective costly infrastructure loans, and potentially dangerous debt levels," end quote. The department said in a notice to Congress dated December 23rd that was obtained by the Associated Press. And I'm quoting again, "The United States needs a permanent diplomatic presence in Honiara to effectively provide a counterweight." How? "To growing Chinese influence and deepen our engagement with the region commensurate with its importance," the notice said. We didn't care for what? 93, 2003, 2013, 2009. For 33 years you didn't give up. For 30 years you didn't give up. And now you, "Oh, we love you. I'm coming back. I'm coming home." Yeah, this is what it is, my friends. The Solomon Islands Prime Minister assured the US and the Western allies like Australia and New Zealand, after signing the deal with Beijing in April, that he would not allow China to set up a naval base in his country. But concerns about Chinese intentions has not abated. Of course he didn't, because these guys are all scared. So I'm sorry, but Solomon Islands is going to be in a bad regime change pretty soon. That this is a problem with former rich countries of the planet, capitalist countries. China has more money than all of these guys, and they have cash right there or on the nail. United States doesn't. United States prints or gets loans. China doesn't have to. China has it in its sock, and it's like, no, right? Here it is, bam, on the table. United States is like, wait a second, hey, print some money. Yeah. That's how they do. So unfortunately, for the Americans, and I'm not talking about New Zealand or Australia, the Chinese have money, and now they go and say, hey, I don't know, Papua New Guinea, we're going to invest in your infrastructure, we're going to help you with this, we're going to give you some loans, we're going to invest, we're going to do this, okay, but you let us be around. And Papua New Guinea said, yeah, well, why not? I mean, the United States did this to us before. And the United States says, oh shit, these guys are ahead of us. And they come and say, hey, Papua New Guinea, we're going to give you this. And he says, we don't need it, United States. China gave us more. Damn, print some more money. So that's how the thing is. And Africa is a new scramble for Africa. but it's a different kind of weasel way. The United States and the Europeans are way behind. And how do they get the money? By getting us poorer. That's how they get the money. They have to compete with China and Russia for influence. China and Russia did not do much or at all to the continent of Africa versus the other ones, if you know what I mean. The 5, 6 countries, they say the Europeans. I take offense to that. Why? Because it's not the Europeans. You can name them, just put a name. Belgium, Great Britain, United States, Germany, France, Portugal, and Spain, and Netherlands. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Hey, did I miss anybody? Well, there are other attempts by others, but unimportant. So you got them? I want you to call them by name. I don't want you to say the U.S. Senate. No. You know exactly the weasels who voted for and who didn't vote for. Against and for. The same here. Mention the 7. Don't mention the Europeans, because the Czechs were in the European and they did not do anything to Africa. So you insult them. Romanians weasels are in Europe and they didn't do anything bad to Africa. On the contrary, helped Gaddafi and other countries over there, African countries, with investments and engineers and labor. Anyway, so we got that. So the United States is losing at its own game. The only thing that it still has is boom. That's all it got. But the other ones got that too, but not as good as the Americans, seems like. That's the only thing that the Americans are going to compete with, because money and influence and sweet talk, no. Americans, I'm talking about the diplomacy, lost the ability to negotiate, lost the ability of diplomacy. They have a little toolbox with four skills. That's all they have in the U.S. diplomacy. It's not like intelligence or geopolitics or tact or no. They have threats, blackmail, regime change, and plain invasion, military invasion. That's all. So that's all they got. And in Solomon Island, they are all upset with China. Well, did you see where China is? Did you see where the United States is? The United States is going to open an embassy over there to counter China. Yeah, but China has imperialistic tendencies, and Russia, we don't. We're just here to protect everybody. Shut up. We're protecting you, man. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You can't make things up. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.